So there we are. That was AI for writing, Brisk Boost Tutor for instant feedback. Right, let's carry on. The next thing we're going to look at now is we're going to look at how we can use Brisk for creating quizzes. And what I thought I would do is show you this YouTube clip, which is from the British Council. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the Brisk option, and I'm going to click Create, like this. Okay, and then I click Quiz. And then here I choose what I want, which is quiz. I choose the language. You can see you've got lots of different languages here. I'm going to choose English. I'm going to go for 7th grade, multiple choice, 10 questions. So create a quiz about this YouTube video. Okay, so then I click Next. Then I'm going to choose the new form option, and I choose Brisket, like this. And what that's going to do is it's going to harness the transcript from the YouTube clip, and it's going to generate, I'm hoping in a moment, it's going to generate a brand new Google quiz for me, which it's doing right now. So I'm just going to wait for this to appear. And what it does is it looks at the transcript, it generates the 10 questions from the transcript, and it works out what the correct answer is as well. There we are. Can you see? So that's all worked perfectly. And not only has it created those quizzes, it's also said what the correct answer is. Can you see? So the one with the tick next to it is the correct answer. Now, if you go back to the video, and if I go to where it says share and copy, and I go back to my quiz, which I've just generated, what I can do is click on the add video option, like this. Okay, I then paste in the link, which I've just copied. And then here it is. I then click on that and click insert. And now my video is there. And then I could then say, for example, watch the video and answer the questions. Perfect. And then I could then make sure that's at the top, which is what it needs to be. So I could drag up to the top, and now we're now good to go. So the students watch the video and answer the questions. You need to check for accuracy, make sure that everything's been spelt correctly and that the correct answer is in fact the correct answer. Once you've done that, you just need to click published and click copy, respond the link. You then share that with the students. They then fill in the quiz, and all the answers will then appear in the responses area, which is going to be here. Now, if you want to do the same thing for using Microsoft quizzes, what you can do is you can go back to the video like this. Okay, and this time I can click on here, and I'm going to click create and quiz, and this time I'm going to use a particular prompt which will help with making sure that, oh, that's interesting, let's just try that again. Here we are. And so I'm going to choose the one that says Microsoft quiz from Brisk. So this is a prompt which I've created, which essentially says create 10 multiple choice questions about this video following the following format. So this is the format that you need for Microsoft quizzes. Okay, so there we are. So I then click next, and this time I'm going to choose the new doc option and choose Brisket. So that will now generate a Google Doc for me, which it's doing right now. So it should stop. It should say stop generating in a moment, and we should see. Yeah, can you see? So it's making the quiz for me, but it's following that format that I need for generating a Microsoft quiz. So you would need to have a Google account to do this, but if you're working in a Microsoft environment, this is a quicker way of generating your Microsoft quizzes for you if you're a fan of that particular medium. Okay, so I've done that now. That's great. And then from there, what I can do is again just check everything from an accuracy point of view. And from there, I could then give the title here. I could change the title if I wanted to. And then you click File, and you click Download, and you choose Microsoft Word like this. So I'm now going to download this Microsoft Word document. Having done that, I then go to Microsoft Forms, which I've got here. And clearly I need to have an Office 365 account for this, but in Forms, you click on the quick import option. You then click here where it says upload from this device. And then I choose the Microsoft Word document, click open, then I choose quiz. It will then convert that Word document, which has been correctly formatted, into a Microsoft quiz. And as a result of that, I can then share that with the student. So I click now Start Review, like this. Okay, and so now it's going to load up the form. There we are. If this happens, what you can do is click the 3 dots like this and click on Remove Section and Just Section, like that. So again, if I wanted to, I could change the title of this, that's fine. And if I wanted to add the video, what I would do is I would click here and I would click Insert New Question, like this, and I choose the text option, like that. I then go back to my YouTube clip, like this, and I do exactly the same thing as I did before. I click the Share option and click Copy. I then go back to my quiz, like this, and then I click on the little icon here, which allows me to click Insert Video, and then I paste in the URL like that and click Add. There we are. Now I make this go to the top, and then the question could be, as before, watch the video and answer the questions. Okay, now having done that, you can see that I've got a tick next to each next to the correct answer, but what I need to do is I need to add a point. So you do need to do that manually. So I would just go through, add a point for each question, etc. Once I've done that, I then click collect responses, like this. Anyone can respond, and then I would then copy the link, share it with the students in the way that I showed you a moment ago with Google quizzes, and then the students will fill in the Microsoft quiz, and all the answers will appear in the form. And you can then export the results as an Excel spreadsheet, and the equivalent in Google quizzes you can export as a Google sheet. And there we are, that's how it works. Now, in addition to that, what you can do, I've come up with another prompt which allows you to do this straight within ChatGPT. And I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. It's called Microsoft Quiz from ChatGPT. So now, this is quite a long prompt, but I'm going to send it in. And it's going to ask me for a topic in a minute. Yeah, what topic and target language would you like for the quiz? So I'm now going to use my voice to do this, using what's called a voice control for ChatGPT, which is a Chrome extension which works in ChatGPT in the paid version and the free version, and it allows you to use your voice. So let's go for it. So that's interesting. It's not working. Okay, I'll just type it in instead. Okay, so I'm going to put the environment, as that's what we were talking about, and A1 level English. All the answers should be in English. Okay, so as a result of me modeling to ChatGPT what I want, when I now send this in, what should happen is it should format the quiz in the correct format, which it's doing right now. Now, I've deliberately set this up so you can preview it beforehand. So if there's anything you're not happy about, you can just ask it to change that. But the important thing here is you've got the number, the question, the 4 possible answers, and then ANS colon, and then the correct answer. And ChatGPT can do that all for you. And as a result of that, when you are prompted to export this as a Word document, which it's going to do in a moment, there we are. Can you see? So it says I need to say whether it's okay or not. I'm just going to write looks good. And now it'll turn this into a Microsoft Word document. So I can then download that and import that straight into Microsoft Forms, which will then allow me to convert it into a Microsoft quiz. So we'll just wait for this to finish, and then we'll be good to go. So it's just analyzing at the moment. And then it should give me the link to where I can download the Word document. And then from there, I can then import it into Microsoft Quizzes. So I now click there, like that, to download the file. There we are. I then go into Forms. Again, click Quick Import, upload from this device. I choose the Word document and I choose Quiz. And then it will then convert it from Word into a Microsoft quiz. And here it is. So there we are. Can you see? And it's done it perfectly. So I've got the tick next to the correct answer. You need to go through and check this and then add 1 point per question. But that's a great way of saving time, generating a Microsoft quiz in a similar way as you can generate a Google quiz quickly and easily with Brisk Teaching. This prompt in ChatGPT allows you to create a Microsoft quiz as quickly. Okay, great. Let's go back to my presentation. And then the last thing we're going to have a look at is how we can use a tool called NotebookLM, which is from Google, for creating an audio summary. Okay, so this is the link which is here. This is what it looks like. So this is called NotebookLM. Again, a bit like with Suno, you need to be 18 plus to use this, but the audio you generate will work with your students. You can use it with your students, but they can't create their own accounts unless they're over 18. Okay, so what you would do is you click try NotebookLM like this. This will then come up. These are the notebooks I've made recently. So you would click create new like this, and then this is where you upload a source. So what I did earlier was I went to my presentation, and what I did was I came out of my presentation by doing this, exit slideshow, and then what I did was I clicked file, download, and I chose the PDF option. So that was my source, but I've done this already, and I'm going to demonstrate how that works in a second. But essentially what I did was I clicked on choose file and I chose that PDF of the presentation. So this could be, for example, you could have a presentation, you generate a PDF of it, for example, and you use NotebookLM to turn it. You then use NotebookLM to turn it into an audio-based two-person conversation, AI-produced podcast. Now, you can have up to 50 sources if you want to for your podcast, which can be taken from Google Drive, from links, from PDFs, etc. And as you can see, that's how that would work. Now, I've done this already for you, which I've got here. And I just want to give you a flavor of what this sounds like. So I'm just going to press play like this. You can see here as well, it's given a summary based on the PDF, and it's got my source here. So this source could be, for example, an exam spec that you are using, or whatever content you want, and therefore NotebookLM, just showing you the right tab now, NotebookLM will be able to use those sources as a way of clarifying the context to generate the content that you're looking for. So now let's have a quick listen. You can see it's 12 minutes long. I'm not going to play you 12 minutes, but let's have a quick listen to the audio like this.
Right. So today we're going to do a deep dive into something super relevant to anyone out there learning English. And that is practical AI tools.
Okay.
And how those can benefit your learning journey when it comes to listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that gives you a quick insight. I'm now going to go into interactive mode, which is in beta, which means you can actually interrupt and you can actually have a conversation with the two podcasters like this. So we'll start playing again. Here we go. I press play and away we go.
All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into something super relevant to anyone out there learning English. And that is practical AI tools.
Okay.
And how those can benefit your learning journey when it comes to listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Absolutely.
Now you might be thinking AI, oh, that's a little
complicated.
Complicated.
It can feel a little intimidating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But our goal here is to make it as accessible as possible.
I agree.
And to basically show you how these technologies can be used as shortcuts to making your learning more effective, more engaging.
Absolutely.
And maybe even a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Now, this entire deep dive stems from some amazing insights shared by Joe Dale at BBELT 2025.
Wonderful presentation.
And it wasn't all just about the future. Oh, hey there, how can we help?
You mentioned Joe Dale. Can you tell me a little bit more about this person?
Absolutely. I'd be happy to.
Yeah, great question.
So Joe Dale is someone who presented at an event called BBLT 2025.
Exactly.
And he shared all of these insights about how AI can be used in English language teaching.
Yeah, he's an expert.
And we thought these insights were so practical.
Definitely.
And we just had to share them. Oh, back to our listener. What's up?
Fantastic. Can you mention a couple of the AI tools which Joe recommended?
Absolutely. Great follow-up question.
Yes, let's dive right into that.
Joe highlighted several really useful AI tools.
Exactly.
Two that come to mind immediately are Suno and Mizzou.
Yes. excellent examples to start with.
So you get the idea. So that's a bit crazy if you think about it. You can generate a podcast based on your own content, and then you can actually interact with it in real time like that. There we are. So let me go back to my presentation with a couple of minutes to go. So that was Google's NotebookLM. As I said, you need to be 18 plus to create an account and to use that, but you can use the audio with the students. You can also download the audio as well from NotebookLM, which is fantastic. So to conclude, what I've tried to do today is show everybody how you can use AI in very practical ways for promoting all 4 skills of listening, speaking, reading and writing, as well as some ideas around assessment, how to save time, how to streamline your workflow, and how you can use it from the student point of view to promote personalized learning and independent learning as well. I would really say it's very, very important that whenever you're using any AI tool, particularly with students, that you need to check the age restrictions in the privacy policy in the terms of service, and that you check everything for accuracy. That 80-20 rule I was talking about, keeping the human in the loop, that 20% is very important to check everything for bias, for accuracy, etc. And I would also encourage you to say to the students not to put in personal information into the large language model. That's really important as well. So I hope that you found this useful, and it's given you lots of ideas to have a play with. If you'd like to connect with me in different platforms, then you've got some contacts there. My email address. I've got a Facebook group called Language Teaching with AI. I've got my YouTube channel. I'm on Twitter, LinkedIn and Blue Sky as well. If you want to connect with me there, I'd love to hear from you. That would be amazing. And if you're interested, I recently did a 4-part webinar series called Language Teaching with AI, and it's possible to access that via an invoice. It's not free, but it's very reasonable, I think, and you get 6 hours of recordings going through lots of ideas similar to this, and how you can use AI, again, for all 4 skills of listening, speaking, reading and writing. So do check that out if you're interested. And here is the presentation. So if you want to get this Google Slides presentation, just scan the QR code or go to that short URL, bit.ly/bbelt2025. And without further ado, I'm now going to stop the presentation. Thank you ever so much to the British Council for this opportunity, and I really hope that everyone has found this useful, and do get in touch if you'd like any more help or support, and enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.